Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Powerful Pink Team meeting tonight. I am Allie Edmonds. If you do not know me, I am a silver, soon-to-be gold ambassador for Plexus, and I am so excited to be here tonight and sharing with you guys the 8 pillars of success with Plexus. So let's just jump right in. So as you guys may know, we are in the right business at the right time. We have products that work. This company was founded on products that work, and we know that they work for us. We know it changes lives. We know that what Plexus brings to the table, no other business can compare, and we know that and we believe it, and it is just amazing. Everyone has to have a purpose. I didn't want to start so heavy tonight with this, but it is so important. If you're on my team, you know how much I stress this. You know how much I just love your why. Why did you join Plexus? What is your purpose for doing this business? Everyone has to have a purpose, and every purpose is so special and unique. And it's what makes this business fun. No one's telling you what your why is. No one's telling you what will look good or sound good to your audience. It's all up to you, and that's what makes it so special and meaningful, and I just love it. You just have to understand why you're in this business and why you chose Plexus. And you have to build a business and build a legacy for yourself and your loved ones. We know what this business can do for you financially, and you have to build that for your friends and family. Be able to take those extra vacations with your family, be able to afford other things for your kids to do or your future kids to do. You guys know what this business can do, and that's why it's so important to just build up that legacy for yourself and for others. You guys probably have a whole bunch of skeptics. I know I do, and that just makes me want to prove them wrong even more. So find your why, find your purpose, and build your legacy. If you ever wanted to go out there and do something huge, like how about own your own business, there's one word that you have to have in order to be able to do this, and it is trust. You can have the best sales training, but at the end of the day, it comes down to whether or not that prospect trusts you. Does that potential ambassador trust you in your journey? Does that potential customer, do they understand what you're doing? Do they believe you? Do they trust you that you're helping them choose the right combo pack? It's all about trust. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust that the products work? Do you trust Plexus's leadership? Do you trust our advisory board or our executives? Trust is so important. You have to understand something, all right? This company was built from below ground level up. This company was founded in 2008 by Tarl, who was our CEO, because he had a vision. And then Alec, our CMO, he just knew how to carry it through. So these two guys built this business because someone had a vision and someone knew how to, carry it through and make it work. The vision was so huge and rocky that at one point they were sitting in their office, their little tiny office in Phoenix, and they wondered if anyone was going to show up for work that day because no one really knew if Plexus was going to be a real thing or not. A job and going into work for something that, I don't know, may not work is really sketchy. And I'm so glad that people did show up to work because look at us now. They understood that it was going to take some time to build a foundation, and they had to dig out a lot of crap to get to the ground floor. Let me tell you, a lot of crap, a lot of skeptics, a lot of team building, a lot of people who had to try the products first and see, what they thought about them. And look at us now. We are living proof that we have helped build this Plexus building. It's amazing, and I'm so proud that each and every one of you are on this journey and building this empire. It's wonderful and it's awesome. But I want to jump right in to the 8 pillars of success with Plexus. I'm going to bring up a PowerPoint, so I'm going to see if this will work or not. I'm hoping it does, but I guess I'll find out soon. I'm not sure if this is working. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna work or not, and that's okay, and if not, I will just read through them, and I will post the PowerPoint to the team page if I need to. Not sure if this is gonna work or not. Doesn't look like it's working for now. So anyways, I will read through them and we will go through them and I will then post them to the team page. So let's get started. Clarity. This is the first pillar. People trust a clear image, not an ambiguous one. Have you truly crafted your purpose? Do you know why you're doing this? Do you have a clear expectation with your team? If you don't know where you're going, how in the world is your team going to know where they're going or where you're going? You have to be clear on what your daily method of operation is or your DMO. You have to know what you're doing every day. You have to have that planned out. What are you posting? What training do you want your team to find out and, learn? I try to have you guys learn every day because I think it's so important. So you have to have that DMO to help your team grow. Do your daily tasks match up with your purpose? These are all super important questions. If you're out there trying to sell someone about Plexus, whether you want to tell someone about the opportunity of an ambassador or whether or not should they buy from you, if you don't know what you're talking about, they're not going to join you or become a customer, plain and simple. So you have to know and be totally clear what you're talking about. I think it's so important personally to practice elevator speeches is what I call them. A 10 to 15 second spiel about Plexus and what it is and how it works. People don't have 5 minutes for you to tell them every single thing about Plexus. So come up with your elevator speech, practice it, and go forward. And see what you can do to bring someone in. It's really important just to be clear with people. Compassion. People have faith in those who care beyond himself. So are you showing compassion for your team, for your customers, for your potential ambassadors? Compassion is really important. Compassion needs to be contagious in our team. I hope you guys know I love you all, and I count you guys as my friends, and I really enjoy our friendship that we have together. It's so wonderful, and I'm so blessed, and I hope that you guys do realize that. But if that's how you feel that I give to you, duplicate that down to your team. You should love everyone on your team. You should show how grateful you are, and just be happy that they're on your team. That's plain and simple. Compassion is happiness, and it's so contagious. So spread love. If someone's going through something that maybe is not Plexus related or they're struggling Plexus related, listen to them instead of just talk. Sometimes they just need that that ear to talk to, and it's so important that you're there for them, especially as a direct upline. So they're able to reach out to you and trust you and have that sense that you're comfortable around them. So listen more instead of talk more. And you can't just be in this business for the money. You have to deeply care about helping others. Yeah, sure, we know the compensation plan is wonderful. We know we can make bank with this business if we run it the right way. But Plexus is so much more than that, and I know you guys realize that. You guys all have a heart for helping others, and I just love that, and that's so important because Plexus truly does change lives, not just for health, but for wealth as well. And it's just so important to make sure that your mind and focus is centered around helping others and serving others, and not just wrapped around a diamond makes so much money, this is what I want to do. Make sure you're actually helping others. That's so important. You have to put your own personal agenda aside to help others. You can't just be on this me basis 24/7. You have to be able to put your own stuff aside and talk to people if they need it. If your business isn't growing, is it because of you? Have you ever thought about this? I know I have a few times. For my first month and a half, I didn't have any ambassadors, and I was just like, what's my problem? What am I doing wrong? And sometimes, you can't play the blame game. You can't blame your upline. You can't blame your sideline. You can't blame this or that. Sometimes you gotta take the blame. Be humble, take the blame if it's you think it's you, and that's why your team isn't growing. Take some time to think about that. I know I have, and there's been a few obstacles that I've had to overcome and, detour around just to get where I am today. So instead of putting the blame on others, think about yourself and think about, what could you be doing differently? Or am I saying something that maybe I shouldn't? Take that time and just really focus in on yourself and see how you can better yourself. There's always so much room for improvement. You have to show compassion and listen to the needs of your team. If your team needs you to post more videos because that's how they learn better, but even though you're like a shy person and you don't like having your face out to everyone, overcome the obstacle. Do what your team needs you to do to get them where they need to be. That's so important. Are you seeing your team as just another number, or are you seeing them as something valuable they can bring to the table? This is something that I feel like a lot of us struggle with at times is, oh my gosh, so worried about the numbers. I need this many people to go silver. I need this many people to go gold or senior gold. I need this many people, I need this many people, I need this many people. And then don't even get me started about the points, all right? Sometimes we can't just think people as a number. That's not cool. I don't want to be thought of just a number for someone. I want them to know that I bring something unique and cool to the Stinking Plexus table, all right? I know you guys do too, and I want you to know that I value each and every one of you for your uniqueness, what you bring to the table, and just your overall compassion and purpose for being a Plexus ambassador. It's just wonderful. So if you think your team is just another number for you, reconsider, because they're a lot more than that. Let's talk about your inactives real quick. Many of you may have inactives, many of you may not, and that's wonderful either way. Bless them either way, all right? Instead of bashing your inactives, what if you showed compassion? What if you reached out to them and instead of being like, why did you quit? I don't understand why you quit. You were so excited about this journey, blah, blah, blah. Now, all of a sudden, Plexus is not cool for you anymore. Like, no, don't do that. That's not cool. No one wants to hear you do that. And why would they want to come back to your team if you're doing that? So what if you were compassionate towards your inactives? You don't know what they're going through. There could be a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on with them that you don't know about. And what you need to do is pray over them. Just because they're inactive doesn't mean they're gone forever, right? All they have to do if they want to come back to your team is click on a little on button, basically, and their back office is turned back on. They're good to go, and they're back in business. It's that simple. So what if you show compassion to them? If you show them love and compassion, maybe they'll end up coming back to you down the road. Many of your inactives may be, friends of yours. So just because they're inactive doesn't mean you stop your friendship. That means that you have an even better reason, to talk to them and be around them and show them this love, compassion, and friendship towards them. Let's talk about duplication real quick. Duplication, I know I preach it all the time. Help your team do this, help your team do that, train them this way, train them that way. But what if we want the real duplication? We have to start from the heart. We have to start from the heart. We have to love one another. We have to show each other teamwork. This is not just like a one-man rodeo around here. Plexus is all about teamwork. When we say one Plexus, we say one team. One Plexus, one team, one Plexus, one team. You catch my drift? That's how we do things around here. We are a team. So, start in the heart, get to know one another, enjoy one another's company. There's so many of you that have so much in common and you don't even realize it because you may not know each other yet. Send each other a message. How's it going? Simple stuff like that. Learn from one another. Like I said, each of you brings something new and unique to the table. Learn from each other. It's awesome. That's what I love about Plexus. It's just amazing network. And this team is just so special, and I love it. Let's move on to character. Character is the next pillar. Always do what's right. We've heard this a million times, right? Always do what's right. Same goes to Plexus. Do what's right, folks. What legacy do you want to leave behind? Who do you admire? Who's that one ambassador that's like, oh my gosh, I just love everything they do. Their posts are amazing. I love their videos. Their lifestyle is freaking sweet. You know, there's probably one ambassador, either like on your upline or even you may admire a teammate of yours and you're just like, wow, they're awesome. I love who they are and how they're running their business. Think about who you admire. Character, good and bad, always, 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 always comes to the surface. So keep in mind what you're presenting to people. Keep in mind what you're posting. Keep in mind of your character. Make sure it's good character because you don't want that nasty crap floating to the top and revealing maybe some of your dirty secrets or dirty laundry that you don't want aired out in public. You know what I mean? We all have that little drama behind us, right? Make sure you cover that up. Don't let it come to the surface. Mend some relationships if you must. Forgive others if you must. But good character rises to the top. Bad character rises to the top. So keep in check with your character. If you don't have character, the other pillars, the ones that we've talked about and the ones that are to come, they tip when character isn't there. Pillars tip when character is not there. What does your character look like? And take some time between like maybe the next 24 hours and write down your top 5 values in life. Are they religion? Are they family? Are they your work? Are they your character? Figure out your top 5 life values and write them down and keep them in check. Look at them every day and, check down that list. Am I holding up to my values today? It's a great way to keep yourself in check and just, really self-develop yourself. Okay. Love this stat. About 90% of who you are is never seen by the public. Yeah, let me just do that again. About 90% of who you are is never seen by the public. It's what's underneath. It's what happens when no one else is watching. The people who you are talking to are going to know very quickly what your character is like. So make sure you have a good front on, all right? Make sure people are able to approach you. Make sure people are feeling comfortable around you. You need to have this openness. You don't want to be a shut door or like a wall. Who wants to talk to a wall? Nobody. Nobody wants to talk to a wall. Be open. I love this one. Have you ever heard of fake it till you make it? It's such a myth. Don't believe it. It's a myth, all right? You have to do what's right. Are you impressed by their actions and who they are? So when you fake it till you make it, I don't even know how to explain this. You can't fake it. You need to be a real, genuine person. People need to be impressed by your actions and who you are. They need to be like, oh my gosh, this Allie chick, she's really cool. I'm inspired by her. This whole plexus thing must be a real thing because it's not coming off as a fad. It's working for her. Look how much happier she is. Look how much skinnier she is. Have you seen her nails lately? What? They look good. How crazy is that, right? Exactly. People need to know who you actually are. I know when I look at who I admire, I personally really admire Celeste, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do because she's a wonderful role model. But you don't see her drama on Facebook. You see awesome quotes. You see how she's changing people's lives, how her life is changing, how much she loves her family, how religion is so important to her. Find those characters and people and just, really admire them and, have them, be that person you look up to. Are you the same person in private as you are in public? This is the most important of all the pillars. You need to be the same person in private and in public. You can't be this goody two-shoes out in public and then when you go behind closed doors, be a total crappy person. I won't even say the word I was going to say, but you know what I mean. Don't be that person. Be the same person on private and in public. There should be no difference. If you have character, you can run this business on a strong basis no matter what adversity is thrown at you. So when you have great character, you're going to get through everything because you know why? Great character leads to great resilience. You're able to bounce back from anything. You can have 5, 6, 7 inactives on your team, but all it takes is 5, 6, or 7 more active members to almost cancel out those ones and get you going again. It's your willingness to bounce back from whatever's thrown at you, and that's what great character is. Let's move on to competency. Be constantly looking at what's going on. Don't just hide in the closet and think that this is your business and you're going to run it how you want. Yeah, that's somewhat true, but if you don't see what else is going on, you're going to miss a whole heck of a lot going on in this business than in the Plexus world, let me tell you. You have to know about your business. Know about when your backup order is going out and why it goes out. Know the importance of 100 PV and, why is this a cool thing? What does it do for your upline? What does it do for you? Why is preferred better? Things like that. You have to know things about this business, like these little fun fact tidbits. You have to know about them and understand them as an ambassador. Use your upline as your coach. If I'm your direct upline, use me, please. I'm here. This is my full-time job. This is what I do all day, every day, and I love my job, but I'm here to help you and serve you. So when you need help, get a hold of me, FaceTime me, call me, text me, message me on Facebook. You guys know how to get a hold of me. I'm pretty simple to get a hold of. So when you need me, I'm here to coach you and encourage you. And if you're having one of those rough days, that's exactly what I'm here for, all right? And even if I'm not your direct upline, I'm always available to talk to you anyways. So use me, please. Who are you being mentored by? What does competency mean to you? Just think about these things and just really narrow down, who is your mentor and what does competency really mean to you? Always be learning and growing. This is not one of those businesses where you sit here and in 48 hours, you know everything about this business inside and out. No, I've been doing this for 5 months now, and I learn every day. There's always something new that just comes across. Every time I think I got this down pat, in your face, Plexus, I learned everything. I'm good to go today. No, something always comes into action. I'm just oh, mind blown. I always learn something new, and that's what's awesome about this business is that there's always so much room to grow and improve. And you have to have a mastermind. This is your biggest supporter, basically. If it is your upline, if it is a teammate, if it's one of your downlines, if it's your sibling or your hubby or boyfriend, whoever, this is your biggest supporter. This is your running partner. This is the person who's going to back you up 100%, even on your suckiest days, on your best days. This is your mastermind. This is who's going to help you come across these adversities and help you jump back into this business. Let's see what else we have here. People have confidence in those who stay fresh, stay relevant, and stay capable. Let that sink in for a minute. People have confidence in those who stay fresh, stay relevant, and stay capable. If you want to grow a team and lead a team, you have to have competency. You have to know what's working. What's so powerful about the testimonies? Why do our products work? Why do we say that Plexus is gold? You have to know these things. You have to believe in them. You have to build that belief. Fun fact for you guys, because I love fun facts and I'm all about them, and this kind of blew my mind when I learned about it. But did you know that Mississippi, the state down south, was the #1 state for diabetes? And because of the number of Plexus ambassadors in Mississippi, that state is now #2 in diabetes. All right, not saying that's woo, congratulations type of thing, but still, guys, that went from #1 to #2. I don't even know who's #1 right now, but let me tell you, there's tons of ambassadors in Mississippi that are changing lives to the point that there are so many diabetics that are now off medication, not needing all their doctor's visits and whatnot. They are changing lives, and now Mississippi is #2 instead of #1. Can I get a holla and an amen and a hallelujah, whatever you want to give it? That's pretty cool, all right? This is how awesome Plexus is. When you start learning about this business and you become a student to this business, not just a boss, but a student, you become a better ambassador for yourself and your team. When you start learning the right stuff and getting your life in order, great things happen in this business. Once I started taking this seriously, once I started becoming a student, once I started using this business as a life-changing thing for myself and for my future family, and setting my goals so high and my dreams so out there, things started to happen. My team started growing like crazy that I've never thought would happen in 5 months. Like crazy. Important things happen. So set the bar high, aim for your goals, set those goals, write them down, look at them daily, and get to work. This business is amazing for that. And I really believe in you guys that you can achieve whatever you want in this world because of this business and the work that you're willing to put into this. Let's move on to commitment. The team will stick with you through adversity as long as you stay committed. That's so true. I will always commit to you guys. I will always be there for you guys, and I hope you will do the same for your team as well. To get through adversity, be resilient. Be able to bounce back. I know I've touched this already, so I won't harp in on it. But be committed to changing lives on your levels 1 through 3. I'm not saying when I get my levels 4 through 7 that I'm going to be like, I don't care about you. But let me tell you, the lives are changed that I'm willing and like really working hard to change are my levels 1, 2s, and 3s. You know why? Because I expect my levels 1, 2, and 3 to duplicate and really be committed to their levels 1, 2, and 3, and then their 1, 2, and 3, and then their 1, 2, and 3. And you get the picture. It's duplicatable. All right. And that's why it's so important. And that's why I'm so committed to you guys, because I believe that this whole downline, this futureness of Plexus is going to be awesome because you guys learn and you guys take it and pass it on. And it's just awesome. Oh my gosh. Be willing to sacrifice for your team. This is a big one because you know what? When I first started, I was like, I really like my Monday through Friday TV shows, and I don't know if I really want to like message you back or, I don't know, make that team video or read up more about the compensation plan. And then I realized, holy crap, Allie, you're thinking selfish. Like, that's not cool. So I go off my high horse, and I decided to be really committed and sacrifice my time for you guys. Most of you guys know if I'm like your really close friend on this team, I'm pretty much there for you guys 24/7, and I sacrificed a lot of my time during the day where I could be doing other things to really be with you guys, and I love that. It's made me a better person, and I love being your friends because you guys are awesome. I love you all. But it's really important to sacrifice for your team and learn more. And now instead of watching my Monday through Friday shows, I just pick a couple of days and watch. And during the other times, I'm reading a book. I'm reading more about into this business. I'm ordering samples. I'm catching up with other customers. Like, take the time and sacrifice. Do things for your team, that maybe you wouldn't see at another job. At your previous job, did your boss ever spoil you, or did they ever take the time to just see, hey, how's it going? Probably not. That probably won't happen either. So I like to take this time and sacrifice for you guys, and I hope you guys do the same for your team as well. The key to Plexus is balance. Balance out your work life, all right? Your work life. We know this isn't like a real job, right? So balance it out. Take some time for yourself. During the weekends, as you guys know, if I didn't get back to your messages, it's because on Saturday, Sunday, I'm kind of off my Plexus radar. I'm not being rude. This is my downtime. Luke works like 12 hours a day, and I hardly ever get to see him. So the weekends are our special time where we get to just hang out and not worry about work and just binge watch Netflix and, drink a couple beers or something, something relaxing. So that's how I balance it. But you guys know that I work almost 12 plus hours a day on Plexus stuff, and I'm always reachable. So you gotta find that balance. So like I said, I take the weekends off. So I balance, my work life, my, home life, here at this apartment. I balance my friend time too. So you gotta find that balance. If you just work, even though this job is super fun, you're gonna run yourself out and you are gonna need some me time. So just find that balance. It's really important to balance out, everything that's going on in your life, but make sure you add in time for Plexus. Don't count it out because you know how important this business is. So yeah, stay balanced. Love this. Every time you quit and you start back up again, all right, you set yourself back 6 months. Can you believe that? 6 whole stinking months. Some of you may not even been in this business for 6 months. Probably not, because you know what? I haven't been in this business for 6 months. But if I decide to become inactive, quit, and then come back again, I set myself back 6 months. Can you imagine that? This is why it's so important to not quit this business. There's so much to offer, and why would you want to quit this anyways? Like, why? And when you quit, you start losing trust. You start losing customers' trust. You start losing ambassador trust. You start losing your uplines and your downlines trust. You don't want to do that, so don't quit. I know what we all say is allow yourself to quit for only 24 hours and come back again. That's fine. I have no problem. Like I've probably told you guys this before. If you need that time to quit and just like you're just having a day, I get it. That's totally fine. I have my days too, and that is totally cool. But let me know so I'm not harping on you and being like, why don't you post today? I want to love on your stuff. Let me know so I'm not honing in on you and being like, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Let me know so I can be a friend to you. But make sure you come back the next day so we can talk and hang out and, help each other out. So only allow yourself to quit for 24 hours. Let's move on to connection. Let's see. You have to be willing to connect with people. Guys, I know it sounds obvious. This is network marketing, but you gotta connect with people. You have to make that connection. You have to love on people. You have to be willing to, go in there and serve others. That's so important. You have to start loving on people. Start loving. Build a team that you will love, that will love you to the top, and vice versa. Build a team that will love you to the top, and vice versa. How are you intentionally trying to connect with your team? I try to talk with you guys daily. I try to talk to you guys, check in on you once a week at least, if not more. So, make sure you're checking in with your team. Love on your team. They need you too. They need those vent sessions. They need a friend. Really connect with your team. Make connections with customers. Don't just check in whenever you do and be like, how's Plexus working for you? Yeah, that's an important question to ask. But, when you're talking to a customer and you're kind of checking in on them, maybe kind of stalk them on Facebook first and be like, oh, wow, they just came back from the beach, or they had a class reunion last week or whatever, and tell them, oh my gosh, I loved your pictures. I hope you had a great time at the beach, or ask them about their vacation or whatever's going on in their life, check in on them as like a friend, This shouldn't be awkward. They're your customers. They buy off you, so why are you being weird with them? Like they're doing you a favor and you're doing them a favor. So find that connection, talk, chat, and then when the opportunity is right, ask them how Plexus is working for them, and if they're having some difficulties, get them through those problems, and if they're doing great, tell them to keep up the great work. They're doing wonderful. Maybe introduce a new product to them. Everyone needs X Factor. Why don't you kind of throw that in there? Who knows? So just try to connect with your customers. That's so important. And focus on making connections with your team members. I know I've already said this, but it's really just important. And like off my level ones, there's so many of you guys. Why don't you try to connect with each other? Add each other or follow each other on Facebook. Like each other's stuff. Comment on each other's posts. Give each other some love. This is what teamwork's all about. So it's so important to do that. Let's see. Let's go to contribution. Let's do that. We are actually almost done, so hang in there with me. For contribution, you have to be able to give back, all right? You have to be able to give back. You have to have that willing heart to be like, you know what? I have a lot of Plexus wealth. Bring on the love to other people, okay? I'm sure we all have different charities or Greek organizations, or maybe a dream project you're working on, like my Haiti stuff. I contribute my Plexus paychecks, not all of them. I mean, like not even the whole thing. I mean, bits at a time, guys. Give to Haiti because that's my passion. That's where my heart is, and you have to be willing to give back. Be selfless. When you're able to give back, you change lives. You change lives when you give back. It sounds obvious, but it's really true. When you give back, people's lives are changed. What can you contribute to? Is there a charity that you've been wanting to, help out with or be a part of? Is there a cause that you are just really gung-ho about and you're just all about, are you in Greek life? I mean, I'm a Delta Zeta. I would love to be able to give back to my chapter and help out with fundraisers and other philanthropy events going on. Find something to contribute to. You may not be able to contribute, full time right now, and that's okay. But know that one day when you're in the higher ranks that you're going to be able to do that because you're going to be so wealthy with this company that you're going to have a lot of stuff to be able to do. I mean, other than whatever's on your dream board right now, just know that giving back is really important, and you're going to be able to do that and confidently know that you're going to be able to do that. If you listen to any Diamond documentary, I try to post them at least once a week to our team page because I think they're so important to just watch, see where these people came from. They're nothing different than you and me. They're not different from us. These are regular people going through regular life, and it just so happens that they're a Diamond ambassador with Plexus, that their lives are now changed for the better, and now they're able to do this. They're able to do this now. They can go on these trips. They can, go on this mission trip. If you just watch any Diamond documentary, if you don't watch them when I post them on the team page, please start doing that because it's great motivation. You get to learn about our Diamonds. You get to learn more about their journey and see what they're contributing to. Each Diamond has been able to give back in some way, and it's been incredible. So please watch those. They're amazing. And like I said, when you give back, you change lives. It's as simple as that. And I know we're a whole bunch of life changers on this team because we have customers, we have ambassadors, and look at our own personal testimony. We've done it, and it's just amazing. Let's go to the last one. The last pillar is consistency. You guys know how crazy I am about consistency through everything. You guys know that, all right? This is not news to anyone. So consistency. You have to be willing to be consistent with how you react and your actions. So whenever someone is like giving you the crappy side of Plexus that they don't like about it or whatever, bless and release. Don't freak out on them and be like, you're the problem. You're why Plexus isn't working. Like, they'll try to blame the product, so we know that. And that's fine. We've seen it before. But don't be that person to be like, it's your fault. Like, that's not cool. Don't do that. You have to be willing to, just be able to go through this and have a happy heart, be joyful, and don't let the naysayers get to you. You also need to be consistent when you're posting. That's really important as well, and I really want you guys to stay consistent with your posting. This is why I feel like I've been so successful, because I don't go a day without posting at least one time. And when I post, it's meaningful. It tells a story. It's not just some salesy graphic. I'm not asking questions at the end of my post. Sometimes I do because it's a meaningful question, but if I ask the same question every day, it looks salesy. So make sure that you are being consistent with your posting and everything like that. And when you're consistent, all the pillars line up. Pillars line up. All of them line up when you're consistent. People love to see the little things done consistently. Your actions, your words, just everything needs to be consistent. Are you consistent with your life? Are you consistent with how you react to people, with the way you talk to people, with your posting? Consistency, guys, it's key. It is so key. Let's do a quick review of the pillars. It is clarity, compassion, character, competency, commitment, connection, contribution, and consistency. At the end of this, I have a few purpose questions, and I want you guys to really think about them and understand, what the deal is and why it's so important. And, just really think about these. So, questions. Why am I doing this? Why am I the person to do this? Why is now the time? What problem am I solving? Why will people care? What do the people I want to serve want? What do they believe? What do they do? Like where, when, and with whom? Like what's their job? What am I really selling beyond the use of the product or service? How can I add more value? What happens because my business exists? What weakness might get in my way if overlooked? How do I see success today, next year, 5 years, 10 years? And what do I value? These questions are so important, and I really want you guys to really think about these this week and, find that purpose, find your belief, and just run with it. It's a beautiful thing. This journey is beautiful. So I want to leave you guys with this. Don't fall for the entitlement trap. Nobody said you were supposed to be a diamond or a double diamond. Nobody said you were going to be rich or that it was always going to go up, like your business was just always going to be flawless all the way to the top. You decide what it is you want. It's never going to be fair or easy, but you will make this business what you want it to be. It's up to you. Thank you all for listening to this team call tonight. And please take this with you and learn from it. And I cannot wait to share more training with you. Have a wonderful evening.